diys-by-dar, and this is the Clueless challenge hosted by Krystal from the Crafty Creech and co-hosted by Marah from Borderline Designs. Okay, I'm looking for that thing. That thing that's back here that I'm going to have to unload a bunch of stuff to get. That thing that I've been avoiding. That thing that's a chair sitting right there that doesn't have a back on it, and I've been looking for one and looking for one, not finding it, so let's pull that thing out of here. This piece cost me $5, and I am totally clueless on what to do with it. I've had it for a while, no seat, no back, and I'm clueless. In honor of the movie Clueless, this was the theme for the challenge. I'm going to get this washed up and scrubbed down. It's been in my garage for probably 3 years. I dried it in the sun. I gave it a quick sand. And now I need to take this board, measure it up, and cut a bottom for this seat. So I went ahead and took my saw and gave it some cuts, and I sanded it right after I did the cuts along with my little jigsaw. I needed to round that back and then also sand that a little more to give it a little more roundness and not such a exaggerated peaks, so it would fit, and looks like it fits good. When I felt around to the back, I felt a little bit of a problem, so I needed to get back there and see what was going on. And when I looked, I could see that it was not completely fitting all the way down. There's that little bit of a space there. So I needed to put something in there, as well as attach a back to put my slats on. I used my heavy-duty stapler to attach it, and I'm gluing the seat down so then I can put the 4 screws back in. Now I have some epoxy sculpt clay, which I'm going to fill that gap with in the back because I don't want it to flex. So this is a 50-50, and you just mix it up until it is one color. Now I put this in, it was 90 degrees out. I'm in my garage. This is sticky, let alone at 90 degrees. It was quite a challenge to get it in there, but I had to use the plastic tool. It was quite sticky. I did get it in, and I knew I could sand it after it was dry. I needed to put some up on these corners because they were quite uneven, and I thought this would help a lot, and I formed that so it would be a little more uniform, and I knew I could sand that off as well. After I sanded it, I used some Gorilla wood putty. I needed something more smooth, and I always like to use this with added water. It'll give you some really nice skim coating, and I spread that out with my finger. Then I followed up with a wet sponge just to smooth it out a bit more, and that worked quite well. And after that, I did give it another quick sand just to even it out, and it looked quite nice. So I'm going to go ahead and go with that, and I'm ready to do some paint wash on this. I probably could have sanded this better, but I used some Dixie Belle paint, chalk paint, and caviar, and I wet the wood down, added the paint, and then I'm just going to wipe that off. And now that I have, I'm going to get these bottom rails completed, and then I am going to seal them so I can flip this chair back over and finish the rest of it. This worked quite well. I had some uneven colors in the wood because I didn't sand it probably as well as I should have. But here is the bottom and the sides. And on that rail, I sealed that with 2 coats of this Minwax Polycrylic Max. I was able to flip it back over at that point and then finish my paint wash by getting the wood saturated first, adding my caviar chalk paint, and then taking a rag and wiping that back, trying to match that up as best I could. Now with the seat, I'm going to take some bonding boss and just paint that raw wood with one coat. Anytime I have raw wood, I try to seal it first before I put paint on. Caviar, one more time. I'm going to get the seat covered with 2 coats of this black paint. And I'm going to get the front and then also that little area in the back. And it was quite hot and I needed a lot of water, but the water really helped the paint along. Now I have my Made by Marley stencils. I am a Made by Marley brand ambassador. The first set is called Posies, and the next set is called Velvet Wings, which we have some really nice moths and a border, and then another moth and some ferns. So this was the group I was going to use. And I went ahead and affixed my stencil. Now I have Dixie Belle chalk paint and cotton, and I'm going to get this all based in. And you can still see some of the black through, which is okay. And the next step, I took some folk art color shift paints. They are supposed to have a slight iridescence to it. The paint was pretty thin, but that's okay. I tried to get these colors down in a more even area, even though the design was different. I just went and evened up where I was putting the different colors. I used all 4 of them, and that last color that I used was a blue color. And when I went to pull this off, I could see how it had dried really in place quickly. You could see how tough that stencil is to pull off. But that's all right. Everything stayed in place, and I was liking the base coat so far. At this point, I'm ready to spray with some Rust-Oleum Satin Clear Enamel. A little bit on that seat in case I wanted to do some more with it, and pulled my tape off the front, and I'm going to go ahead and give this whole chair 2 coats of this enamel spray. And things were drying super quick in the garage. We had a couple days where it was awfully hot out there. Now I have some cotton and nylon backing like you would fix a lawn chair with. I am going to get that in place. I had to use 2 different staple guns because of how tight some of the areas were to get these in place. So the front, I'm going to go across first and just take all of those pieces and put them across first. Pulling them as tight as I could, I continued on down the chair, and the problem was around those arms. I tried to get this as close as I could where the arms were at, and it did create a little bit of a problem there for me. And then here's the bottom slats. I could space them out just a little bit more. And I have the white. I just weaved over, under, over, under. I did not affix it yet, only to the bottom, because I needed to paint that top. I didn't realize that that wood was going to show. Along the bottom where the staples were, I just glued a piece on so they wouldn't show. In those sides, I put a little piece in there to cover up them corners where the staples were showing. Now I have these all stapled in across the top. And what I am going to do is cut these at this point all the way across, and then I will take a lighter and just go across the ends, because this has nylon in it and it will melt, so it will not fray. I didn't like how all the staples were showing, so I needed to do something with that portion. So I took an extra piece and measured it up, and I used Tight Bond quick and thick glue. That glue pretty much will stick anything. And I glued it up really well, laid that down over the top, and I just kept pushing it down and putting it in place until it dried in place, and it is stuck on there at this point quite well. I think at a later time I will go ahead and put a black piece running down the back where all these staples are, and these staples are tough. I used Liquitex and some silver mica powder to go ahead, and I had to stencil again because I really needed to bring some whitish silver color back down into that seat because it was not really meshing with the white in that weave. And you can do this afterwards. It's a bit more difficult, but it was a necessary step. So I went ahead and carefully got that all stenciled in. Then at this point, I'm going to take a Posca pen because I'm losing my moths in this design, and I'm just going to go ahead and add some dots and do some lining on the inside forms just so this pops a bit more. I will tell you, if you spray this or use a matte sealer over the top, you are going to lose some of that shine from that silver and also some of that detailing that I did on the pen. It wasn't quite as bad with the satin clear, which was why I chose that for a top coat. Now this is completed. It's looking a bit better to me. I'm ready to seal the top, and I'm going to use the same spray. There the chair was when I started, and here it is finished. I want to thank Krystal from the Crafty Creech and Marah from Borderline Furniture RX for this challenge. Please check out the playlist in my description and all the other artists that participated. I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It's free. Check the little bell so you can catch my newest videos that I put up. And I will see you on the next one, August 30th.